The new Galaxy A06 has cost me less than £100 brand new. So let's unbox it. So this is the new Galaxy A06, released just last month. And it's one of Samsung's newest entry-level smartphones, and it's cost me just less than £100 brand new off eBay. So of course at that price you can't expect too much in terms of its specifications, although apparently quite difficult to get into. So I've got the phone in the gold model, and it's also available in black and white. I thought I'd go for a slightly different colour this time, and it's a textured material on the back. Of course it's all made of plastic. On the right you get your volume rockers and then power button with integrated fingerprint scanner on this sort of elevated platform there. The rest of the sides are very flat. Microphone at the top, SIM tray on the left, headphone jack, microphone, USB-C charging port which supports 25-watt charging, and a speaker at the bottom as well. So we'll just power on to see if she's got any juice. Got there in the end. So as for the display, you get a large 6.7-inch PLS LCD display with a 720p resolution. Now, one thing to bear in mind with this A06, it's basically identical to the A05 that came before it. Same processor, same screen size, same cameras, same battery size and charging. So if you have an A05, don't bother with the A06 because it's essentially the same. The only differences are the color options. The A05 you got in green, silver and black, and this is available in a black, white, and of course this golden model. And then you get your dual rear camera on the rear, which has got a 50 megapixel main camera and then just a 2 megapixel depth camera and then an LED flash. So we've just powered her on, and we'll just go through the setup process. As you can see, there's some pretty chunky bezels at the bottom, and we'll just go through the usual gumph when it comes to setting up a new device. Okay, so I've just put my Wi-Fi information in, and I've just had to restart the phone, so we'll just set that aside for a second, as I forgot to mention just what else you get in the box. SIM pin and a USB-C to C charging cable. So of course, following the trend of not including a charger in the box, doesn't bother me. You can pick up a standard USB-C fast charger from Anker or something like that for about £20, and that'll charge all your devices absolutely fine. So the phone's just restarting after putting in my Wi-Fi information, and then it'll just come up with the boot screen. That's not a good start. So it will prompt me to add my Google information, Samsung account if you have one. So it gives you the option to copy and transfer information from a previous phone. I'm not obviously going to be doing that. And then this is where it will prompt you to theoretically enter your Google information. So I'm just going to pop my information in, and then we'll go through the rest of the setup process. So of course, after setting up your Google information, it will just give you the option of whether you're going to be using the device or a child is going to be using the device. And this is the bit, unfortunately, that is a little bit tedious when it comes to setting up any new device. I would know, I do it enough. But of course it is necessary to get it all set up how you want it. So now when it comes to biometrics, you've got a few options. You've got face recognition, which is just going to be a 2D image of your face using the front-facing camera. fingerprint scanner, PIN, password or pattern. Just to test out the fingerprint scanner, I will set that up, and then I'm just going to do a PIN. So of course it prompts you to add a PIN first, and then I'm just going to then all you have to do is just ever so slightly move your thumb around so it catches all areas of your thumb. I mean, I am changing the position, but apparently I'm not. There we go. So that wasn't the most smoothest experience, I must admit. And then it's just agreeing to the Google Assistant options. And then it's adding your Samsung account, which I will skip just for the time being. I do have a Samsung account, but I am going to skip all that just for the moment. And then it's just a case of agreeing to the rest of the bits and bobs, and then you can set your light and dark mode from the get-go. I'll keep it on light mode just for the purposes of this video. And then with a bit of luck, you're all set up. I'll do that later. I don't want to get any more apps on here just yet. So this is what the Galaxy A06 looks like out of the box. Apps tray ready. As usual, no bloatware, except for, just tap there, a few of Samsung's own apps on there. But other than that, it's just pretty standard Samsung look. The display is okay. Of course, being a PLS LCD, it's not the highest quality display, but then at the price that you're paying, you can't really expect too much. But the viewing angles are pretty good, actually. Better than what I found with other cheap phone displays. And I won't go through every single setting, but you've just got the usual bits and bobs when it comes to your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings, connected devices, Galaxy wearable smart things, Android Auto, notification settings, display settings, flipping between light and dark mode. Now there is no high refresh rate on this display, it's just a 60 Hz panel. Now one thing not to get confused at is this isn't an upgrade over the A05s. That is a better phone in a couple of areas, namely a 1080p 90 Hz display. This is a upgrade, but not an upgrade over the A05. It's essentially the same, only difference is change in a few colors. Fingerprint scanner. That's not a good start. It's apparently not doing a lot. I hope this gets better because that is really slow. Okay, that's not looking that great, to be perfectly honest. There are definitely faster fingerprint scanners out there. And it's definitely not reading my fingerprint every time. We went on there, sorry. Battery information. So over time, new Samsung devices will learn your usage patterns. That isn't, of course, unique to Samsung phones. A lot of phones do that these days to better optimize the overall performance of the phone based on your usage patterns. And then you can go in and change your wallpapers. It is a little bit slow loading because the phone is still installing some apps and doing some other bits and bobs. But it'll be interesting. I'll let you know, of course, in my full review of this phone, how it is overall. And then you can change other parts, download new themes, etc. But I'm not logged into my Samsung account, so I can't do that currently. And then you can change things like the layout of the home screen, all the usual bits and bobs. And then if I just quickly, just for the purposes of getting through this video, have a look at software updates, see if there's anything ready to download. And we are up to date on One UI version 6.1 on top of Android 14. Now, Samsung do offer up to 2 major OS updates with the A06, and that will, of course, be backed by security updates for at least that amount of time, potentially a little bit longer. Okay, it's a little bit more responsive now, not the best. And then if we just quickly jump into this single 50 megapixel camera, just to see what it's like. Doesn't look too bad. Of course, I will be testing that more thoroughly in my review. And then you've just got the usual portrait mode, photo, video, and then more as well. And then performance-wise, the phone comes with a MediaTek G85, which has been around for a few years, and that's backed with 4 gigs of RAM and just 64 gigs of storage on this model here. I believe there is a model with 6 gigs of RAM as well. The G85 I have used before, and it's enough to give you half decent performance. Of course, with that 60 Hz, everything's going to feel a little bit slower in comparison to a phone with a higher refresh rate, but it's not too bad. Apps open quick-ish, it's not too bad. But of course, I will be testing all of that out in my full review. And there is a pretty large 5000 mAh battery packed inside the A06, which is standard across flagships and budget phones alike. And that 720p 60 Hz display and the pretty low power draw from the G85 should return some pretty good battery life. But again, I will test that out in my full review. So that's just my very quick unboxing and initial impressions of the A06. Build quality seems pretty good. There's no flex or anything like that. I do like these flat sides with that elevated bit there. Is nice as well. And then, of course, like I said, we'll see how the camera does, the battery, the performance overall in my full review, which I will drop in a couple of weeks. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. And I will hopefully see you in that video.